Happy New Year. And first and foremost, God bless each and every one of y'all. Y'all already know this is Punch on Boxing, aka Mr. Moonshine himself. As we all know, Jaron Ennis is a phenom in the 147-pound division, the welterweight division. We all know that he's the IBF champion. He didn't necessarily got it in the traditional way. He got elevated, but we all know that Jaron Ennis passes the eye test. We all know that he got special talent. He got a lot of layers to his game. But he's wasting his time. He's wasting his time in the 147-pound division, and I believe that his legacy fights is at 154. I would like Jaron Ennis to actually use the IBF and petition his way to fight for the vacant title in the IBF, for the IBF in the 154-pound division. And then later on have a unification bout with the likes of Tszyu and things of that nature. But of course, I do think that he may have to defend his world title before he could petition for it. You know what I'm saying? But I believe that get one easy fight in the welterweight division and stuff like that, then go into the 154. There's so many names out there. The 154-pound division is a very intriguing division. I'm not gonna say it's a lucrative division, but it's a very intriguing division, especially with maybe it is a lucrative division with Bud moving up, maybe Keith Thurman moving up, Danny Garcia's already there. These guys that that has a loyal fan base. Tszyu does great out there in Australia. But peep this, regardless of the names that we do that already made their mark, right? It's the 154-pound division is just as intriguing as the 140-pound division. I think those are the most stacked divisions in the sport of boxing. I think the 140-pound division is more lucrative. But peep this, come on, Jaron Ennis versus Vergil Ortiz. Jaron Ennis versus Tszyu. Jaron Ennis versus Erickson Lubin. Jaron Ennis versus Jamal Charlo if he decides to come to the 154-pound division, right? Again, I doubt it, but it's a name. Jaron Ennis versus Fundura. Jaron Ennis versus Brian Mendoza. Jaron Ennis versus Bud Crawford at 154. Errol Spence at 154. Keith Thurman at 154. Brian Castano at 154. Danny Garcia at 154. Come on, y'all. Come on. Charles Conwell, 154. Yo, Conor Benn, 154. Josh Kelly. Yo, there is so many fights for Boots Ennis, and I'm talking about legacy fights, especially in this generation, because they got some young talent as well. Like Fundura is young. Don't worry, he could, you know what I'm saying? He could come back from that loss versus Brian Mendoza. Erickson Lubin. Erickson Lubin is in position to fight probably for a world title right now. He should get an opportunity versus Tszyu, but that would be a good fight. And the good thing about it is in 154, Jaron Ennis does business with the PBC fighters, and the 154-pound division got the PBC fighters. You know what I'm saying? So I just think that he's wasting his time in the 147-pound division. Like, who he's gonna fight? Like, he's gonna fight. He could fight Mario Barrios. I believe that's probably the only fight that he could that is a good fight and it's an easy fight to make. Because he's in that side of the street. I mean, he's not necessarily signed to Al Heyman, but Cameron Duncan does make business with PBC, and of course, I think Jaron Ennis is gonna go Amazon Prime as well. I just think that he's wasting his time. He's already 27 years old. He started his career the same year that guys like Teofimo Lopez, Devin Haney, Shakur Stevenson, and look what they have done and what they have accomplished already. I think that Jaron Ennis got the skills to pay the bills and could accomplish just that. I predicted a long time ago that Jaron Ennis is the second coming of Roy Jones Jr. I do see him because he's a big boy. I pause. I do see him becoming maybe a 4-division world champion, 5-division world champion, but he got to really start now. Him and Jaron Ennis and Gary Antoine Russell, I don't know, they're like kind of late bloomers in trying to get these type of legacy fights that's gonna put them on pound for pound list and things of that nature. But I really do think that Jaron Ennis is wasting his time in 147, and I think he could put himself in a great position at 154. And it's gonna be so many great fights, and I think it's gonna be so many great fights that, you know, in 154, you could tell they all fought each other. I think it's easier fights to make it 154. These guys are not demanding all these high paydays. And that's why we seen guys like Jamel Charlo versus Tony Harrison. We seen the Brian Mendoza Fundora. We see the J Rock William with the Jason Rosarios and stuff like that. You know, I think it's a very tough division. And I just think that Jaron Bruce Ennis should be in that division right now. I think for 2024, I think he should make his move to the 154-pound division like Vergil Ortiz. Like Vergil Ortiz is going to have to make a statement. And I think the talks of Vergil Ortiz and Jaron Bruce Ennis, I think that's the cream of the crop. In my opinion, when all smoke settles, I think it's going to be Vergil Ortiz versus Jaron Bruce Ennis. But you got two guys that can have the country behind them, and they're going to, you know, I think it's gonna be good. Look, Conor Benn could have a country behind him, and look, that's a lucrative fight right there, and a good fight for Jaron Bruce Ennis. A Conor Benn, he got a country behind him. Tszyu got a country behind him. I would like to see Tszyu versus Josh Kelly. I would like to see Josh Kelly versus. I thought that Josh Kelly was gonna be in the position where Tszyu is at right now, and eventually. I said a long time ago, if you look at my archives, I said that Josh Kelly versus Jaron Bruce Ennis would be a fan-friendly fight. You can see their styles, their showmanship. And Josh Kelly, he took his L, but he's working his way back up, just like Erickson Lubin has worked his way back up, and that's a fight as well. Erickson Lubin versus Boots Ennis. Jesus Ramos, still he's still within the good fights. So 154-pound division is as intriguing as the 140-pound division. I can't wait to see Jaron Bruce Ennis move up, and I think he's actually wasting his time, which I think, folks. I think that he should stay in 147, wait for these guys to come back up. I think, you know, people been talking about this Devin Haney and Boots. Nah, man. I think that Bruce Ennis should move up, and maybe the Devin Haneys and the TOs, they could take over the 147-pound division, in my opinion. The 147-pound division, they ain't looking like it used to be. Because, you know, 154 is that division. Let me know what y'all think, man. I think the 154-pound division is giving the 140-pound division a run for its money. It's probably a little stacker, in my opinion. And I think it's more difficult. You know what I'm saying? I think there's a lot of 50-50 fights in 154. Let me know what y'all think. Subscribe to the channel. Smash the like button. Love you. God bless. And on to the next.